guys, it's Chantel with Wildberry Quilting, and today we are going to sew the Better Together quilt pattern from our Cupid box. So let's get started. Alright, so we are sewing our Better Together quilt pattern from the Cupid box. First step is we are going to take our B and our G pieces, and we are going to make a half square triangle. Now this one we are going to sew right down the center. Now we have our A pieces, which we have 2 of, and our H pieces. And we are going to snowball our top opposing corners like this. Alright, now we have our A and H units, and we are going to take an end piece and put it right up here into the corner and snowball that on opposing sides, just like we did with the H pieces. You guys hear a creaking? That is my chair. I don't know why it makes so much noise. It's not a particularly old chair or anything. Alright, so now we have these units, and we are going to be taking our J pieces and snowballing them into the corner on adjacent sides on these 2 pieces. Alright, now our units look like this, and we are going to take an L piece and snowball it into the corner. And again, the mirrored block for this. Now we are going to take our F and M pieces, and we are going to make 2 at a time half square triangles with these. So now we have these 2 pieces, and we are going to be attaching L into the corner and snowballing one side on both so that it will be like this. So this part is very important to know which way your little bird bodies are going to be facing, so that you know which side you want to put your tails facing. And my bird bodies are facing this way, so my tail is going to go facing in this direction for my pink bird. And my red bird tail is going to go facing in this direction. And I highly recommend laying it out just so you can visually make sure that you are going to have them going the right way, because it would be very easy to get them mixed up at this point. Now before I take these over and press them, I'm going to attach the bottom piece to them, which is piece I. And it's just going to go right underneath. Now, I could start at this side like I did with the other one, but I'm actually going to turn it over since I have a point, a joined point here in the corner. It's just easier for me to make sure that my machine does not eat the edge if I am feeding in an even side that's not got any joints that are a joint in the corner. Alright, now this is another place where it's really important to know which direction your little birds are facing. We are going to be sewing piece R to the top of the beak. So make sure you check to see which direction you should be sewing at. Okay, so now we have our little beaks with the top pieces attached, and we're going to take pieces P and attach those to the bottom. Alright, now I have the little feet and I'm going to join those together. Alright, so now we have our little feet and we're going to take our bow pieces and attach them to the backs, right behind our feet, just like that. Now our feet are looking like this, and we're going to take our Q pieces and attach them right in front. So now we're going to take our little bird bodies and our beaks and we're going to join them together. Now we're going to take the tails for our birds and join them to the bird bodies. Our sweet little birds look like birds at this point, and they just need some little feet that they can skitter around on. Alright, we've pressed our little birds nice and flat, and I've gone back through and I have trimmed everything down again just to make sure that everything's measuring where it's supposed to be. And when you do this, make sure that you trim as little off of the side as you possibly can, because you want that beak to end at a point. There may be situations where you just can't help it, and that's fine. But if you have the option, it's better to take it off the tail side than off of the beak side. Now we are going to take this S piece, and we are going to use it to join our two birds together. Alright, now we have our V pieces, and we are going to be joining these right behind our little birds. Alright, our beautiful little lovebirds are joined together. Now we just need to attach our W pieces to the bottom and to the top. Now when I'm attaching long strips like this, I like to put the side that does not have any joins on the bottom. That way my feed dogs are not flipping over these seams and making them lay the wrong way. It also helps make sure that none of those are getting sucked up into the feed dogs or down into the machine as well. Another good thing about that is if the fabric is cut a little bit too short, you can make sure that you are patching all of the fabric in the seam allowance, and that you aren't going to end up with something that's not been caught. As you can see, there are quite a few places where these little bitty pieces wanted to flip the wrong direction. So I'm quite happy that I decided to stitch from this side instead of from the other side, because I wouldn't have been able to prevent that from flipping over otherwise. Now we have our C and our U pieces, and we are going to attach U to the top like this. Now, if your C pieces have a right side up, for example, like this one, you want your U piece to be at the top of that, not at the bottom. Now we're going to take our remaining U pieces and our D pieces, and we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to join U to the tops of our Ds. Now, just like with the last pieces, if you have one that is directional, you're going to want to have U at the top, like this. Now we are going to take our CU units and our N pieces, and we are going to snowball the top right corner on all of them, but only the top right corner. Alright, now we have our DU units and our K pieces, and we are going to join them together like this. Okay, so now we have our D units, and we are going to be taking our end pieces and snowballing the corners like this. Only this one corner, not any of the others. So make sure that you have it in the correct corner. Alright, so now we have these two unit pieces, and we are going to join them together to make our corner hearts. Just make sure that you are matching up the correct fabric. You don't want to mix up your hearts like that, unless you like that look. Now we have what feels like an infinite number of E and N pieces, and we are going to snowball the top two corners of our E pieces with our ends. And I'm going to speed you up for this because I think I'm going to be here for a while. So we have the top corner sewn together on our little heart pieces, and we are going to take another end piece and sew it into the other top corner. I'm going to speed you up again, and I may even cut out some parts if I see that it's taking a very long time. Okay, so now all of our little hearts have their tops, and we need to join together the two sides like this. So I've gone through and I've separated mine out so that each of these piles match up to each other. And you just want to do that to make sure that you don't end up matching up hearts that don't match, unless you want that scrappy look, in which case that's definitely an option. And would probably look really cute too. These little guys are starting to look a lot more like hearts. And now we just need to take our J pieces and snowball the bottom two corners, turning them into actual hearts. Oh my gosh, our little heart blocks are coming together so well. They're starting to really look like hearts now. You just gotta snowball this last bottom corner and then they really will be hearts. Oh, they're so cute. Alright guys, so all of the parts are assembled. We just have to put them together now. And I have laid them out in the way that I plan to stitch them together. Alright guys, so this is the reveal and I just love it. I think it came out beautiful. Now I did not use white for the background. This is from the Pure Solids line from Art Gallery, and it is called Macadamia Nut, if I recall correctly. It might just be macadamia. But in case you're wondering and you wanted to get the same fabric, that's what it is. Now, all that's left to do is to sandwich this and quilt it and bind it. And some of you suggested in the comments that we use the buttons to, or the embroidery floss to embellish it. And I think that's a really cool idea. I could see using some of the heart buttons right here between the birds, or maybe using the floss to make some little music notes or something like that. I think that'd be really cute. Tell me what you think and if you have any ideas of your own. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. Please remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!